This is the Raising the Bar podcast with Stefan Heinz, the show that takes you around the world to share interviews with some of the most successful and relevant people on the planet. Hear their stories and get the most important business lessons they've learned on their road to success, and get exclusive access on how to implement their success into your life and business. The Raising the Bar podcast is brought to you by the Strategic Advisor Board and your host, Stefan Heinz.
Hey, are you looking to scale your business from 5 figures to 6 figures or 6 figures to 7 figures? If you are, I have the perfect thing for you. What I want you to do today is I want you to go download a book. This book is going to take you through my 3-pillar system. It's 100% free. All you have to do is go to growfast.cash. I say again, go to growfast.cash, and you're going to be able to download my free international best-selling book, which is called Be Good, Be Brief, Be Gone. You can take that book. It's going to help you scale your business to the next level. Again, go download it. Be good, be brief, be gone. Growfast.cash. I say again, growfast.cash. Enjoy.
Hi, everybody, and hi, Patricia.
Hello.
So I'll introduce Patricia Baronowski-Schneider. Patricia, why don't you just say a little bit like who you are, what your business is about, just who you are, so people get an idea who you are.
Yeah, you said it. Patty Baronowski-Schneider. I am the CEO of a company, Pristine Advisors. What we do is investor relations, public relations, marketing, digital marketing, graphic design, jack of all trades. But yeah, so I've been doing this for 35 years. And what's cool is that I work with companies around the world in just about every niche under the sun. So pretty much one big jack of all trades.
Okay, great. Awesome. Well, sometimes that works really well.
Yeah. I mean, I always look at it. I'm happy to work with a company who has their own or external IRP or marketing and all that good stuff. Or you pay one company to do it all. It's totally your call, but happy to work with anybody. Yeah.
Okay, great. Perfect. So we did talk before, and I know you've been using AI. Just give us a little bit, like, how have you been using AI?
Well, it's funny. I get bombarded with emails and texts and everything. It's just gone completely insane at this point, AI. But what I use it for is, like, say, for example, I have to do social media posts for various clients. So sometimes, depending on what it is, I might just say, shoot me 10 hashtags so I don't have to research what the best one. So I'll use it for that. Even with like articles and things like that, I might ask it for an opinion or give me some tidbits of stuff that I might not have otherwise known. But one thing I've learned is that it's not always accurate. It's not always right. And you have to kind of play with it. And now there's so many different versions or so many different platforms for ChatGPT that I kind of ping them against each other. So I might say, okay, I'm doing this article on this. Here's my thoughts. And maybe this one will give me its opinion and its thoughts. And then I'll put that in the other one and say, okay, what do you think of this? And they're like, it's good, but I would change it this way. What do you think of that? How do you like these? So it's kind of funny, but it's like and then I can start all over and get a totally different article, which is crazy. Right. Yeah. So I learned that it's helpful to save me the time on research and stuff. But again, it's not 100% because I had a client one time and I would rather than do the research, I said, okay, can you just tell me all of the conferences for 2024 in this category? And it's like, bing, 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 sent it all out. I could have said, okay, great. I happen to look and I'm like, this conference hasn't been in existence in 10 years, blah, blah, blah. And the funny part is ChatGPT, it will never say it doesn't know. It'll be like, sorry, and I'm like, so I had to do the work myself anyway, but it kind of helps on some spots.
Yeah. Okay, great. Yeah. And the interesting thing is always like, do you remember how long ago that was?
That was probably the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
I know it changes and evolves like
it changes.
Every day.
It's, I mean, the speed of development is insane. I'm sure you would get very different results today. That said, just this morning, I did a research on or question on, the latest AI news in the last 10 days, and it gave me something back from June. That's not 10 days. So I'm with you on that. And the way I see it is always like, well, if I would outsource that to somebody on, let's say, Fiverr or some virtual assistant, I still would have to track them too,
check it,
because
yeah.
they make mistakes as well, as we do
Right.
make mistakes, you know.
Yeah.
But you mentioned something I wanted to check in, like which platforms do you use? Do you use ChatGPT only and just the different models, or do you also use other platforms?
God, what do I have? Gemini, ChatGPT, which other ones was I using? I mean, there's so many out there.
Hmm. Have you used Claude or Perplexity?
Yeah, I have. What do we have? Yeah, Genie, Chat AI, Chat On, Text AI, Frank. I mean, but like I
Okay.
said, some of them, I just try to dabble with all of them just to see which ones give me the best,
Hmm.
some are good, some really bad. But then
Yep.
again, it is tricky where it's still only dated to a certain month and year.
Right.
It's like, all right, well, if I need something current, like you said, you have to do the work yourself anyway. So.
Yeah, it's a nice combination. Well, so you already said a few things. I'm interested in like your experience. I understand there's a few things where you don't trust it, a few things
Yeah.
where you would say, yeah, that's probably trustworthy to a
Right.
certain degree. You have to verify. Like, how do you relate to that? Is that like a fair
It's still
statement?
yeah, I mean, I still at the end of the day, it saves me time because, like I said, even something as simple, I'm already putting together the social media. So if I have to take the time and go through everyone and look for hashtags, I get that in a second. I think that's great. It is, it gets a little tricky because even with, say, logos and things like that, now ChatGPT can do all that as well. But again, it's not perfect. You might get a
Oh
person
yeah.
with 5 fingers. I mean,
Hmm.
it's, 6 fingers or the names
Hmm.
aren't right. And, but it's still a work in progress. I get it. But it definitely does save me time. And like I said, I could be writing about a topic that I'm not 100% sure. So the time that it would take me to research and, you know, check different, I mean, I can get it done a lot quicker. So
Yeah.
again, I still have to do the work with it, but it just saved me maybe an hour doing all that research myself. Now I could just edit it and double check a few things. So it's definitely a time saving,
Yeah.
you know. But
Cool.
I saw something this morning. It's just scary to know where it's going. When you start seeing like the deep fakes and all that stuff. Like I saw something this morning was a video with Biden, Kamala, Trump, all of these people with guns, and it just I'm like, the funny part is you could have fooled me. It wasn't them. It's like, wow, where are we going with this? But
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean that's no question. It is going that direction. On the other hand, I also think that the other way as well.
yeah,
So AI will also help us identify those.
yeah.
Um, yeah. So we'll see.
Yeah, all the work in progress, I guess.
That's for sure. It
Yeah,
definitely is work in progress. Yes, and it'll stay like that for a while. That's
yeah.
also true. Did you learn or discover anything unexpected while you were, working there and using your AI magic?
Um, well, I did discover that, one, certain things weren't, accurate or how it only
Hmm.
went to certain, but I do admire how it learns from you. It's
Yeah.
like just for example, I would say, okay, here's a picture I'm using for social media. What wording would you use for that? And it would put it, and I'd say, okay, hashtags. It would give it to me in like, in a row. I'm sorry, down a line. And I would always go back and say, can you just put them on one line separated by a comma? Save me the trouble. And it would take like maybe 5, 6 times of me telling it that. And now it just does it automatically.
Yeah.
So I'm impressed that it actually learns and it does it and it learns how you talk. So sometimes once in a blue moon, I'll ask it a question. It'll give me two things. Well, which do you prefer? Because it's trying to learn what kind of responses I like.
Yeah.
So it's kind of working to creating it to work for you or with you, So,
Hmm.
it's, like I said, each one has something different, and every day it seems there's a whole new platform coming out with something different. And I try to pick and choose what I like from each one. And at the end of the day, you still have to do the work. I might take a paragraph from you, a sentence from you, but now I've got a product that I'm proud of,
Hmm.
And what's a little tricky with it too is that they have a lot of platforms, but it'll detect was this done by AI or not. And the
Hmm.
funny part is, I've written my own blogs and all of that stuff, and it'll say it's because now AI is talking like me because that's what I'm training it. It'll tell me the article that I just wrote by myself from scratch that it was AI, and I'm like, no, it wasn't. It was me.
Yeah.
So it's getting harder and harder to know whatever you see, whatever you read, is that real? Is it not? So it's learning that,
Yeah. I don't use any of those AI checkers anymore because
Yeah.
they're so, at the beginning there you could rely on them. Right now
Right.
they're worse than the AI
Yeah.
itself.
Yeah.
So yeah, seriously. Um, are you considering to use AI more broadly? Like, are there any things where you're thinking of, okay, I'm planning on doing this with AI or that with
Yeah.
AI?
Well, certain things since I know a lot of it's in the trial phase, I'm kind of just waiting to see what comes of it. But there are some things where, like, some of the social media videos, I could just put in a couple of keywords and it puts together this, automated video all of a
Hmm.
sudden. And, you might have to tweak it a little bit, but that again saves me the time and energy to do that. It apparently does websites now. It does, like, even I have someone who handles my SEO and I keep getting these AI, so I'm passing it on to him, like, this can check quicker if we're doing everything right. Not that I'm doubting you, but I'm just saying,
Yeah.
so there's a lot that it can do. But, I still think that I want to say it's still in the works because it's still fairly new, but it's actually
Hmm.
not as new as we think. But I think as far as doing it more broader, I still want to just wait it out a little bit and just see, because I always say one of the things I like, but what I do is that my name is on it. So I have to
Hmm.
be 100% sure. And if this is only getting me partway there, I still need a little more reassurance before I
Hmm.
throw everything
Hmm.
at it. But then
Yeah.
again, you run into the tricky part is, well, if I have you do everything for me, am I even non-existent anymore? Do people need me? So that double-edged sword.
Yeah. We'll need you for quite a while. Yeah. In maybe different capacities
Yeah,
than so far. But
yeah.
yeah. Um, has your perspective on running a business changed with AI? Like, you know, pretty much along the lines where we just said, am I
Yeah.
still needed or not? Um, I mean, as business owners, we think about
Yeah.
business, running a business, what's
Right.
my place? How do I relate to other business owners? All that kind of stuff. How has that changed in the last year or two?
Um, well, I do a lot of articles on AI in business, and you do have that part of me is kind of like, people say it's going to steal all the jobs and whatnot. And I see that it has taken some jobs, but
Hmm.
I still think that if you learn to use it the right way, it can help you with your job. So
Hmm.
you're going to take some of the time away from me from doing the mundane things and leave me time to do even better things. Because, say with marketing, you have to know who the customers, you have to understand their pain points. What are they thinking? How do they feel? AI can't feel. It doesn't know what you're thinking. It can guess whatever it's seen online, and half the stuff online isn't true anyway. So
Hmm.
it's still going to need people. So I have to just keep reminding myself that use it to the best way to help you do your job better and not have it replace you, because I don't think it actually can, especially with marketing. It could do all the digital and, all the fundamental stuff, but there's a lot of emotion involved in marketing. So
Yep.
you can get so far, but then you're going to need me at the end.
Looking to grow your business beyond 5 figures, 6 figures, 7 figures plus, what I want you to do is go download this book. The title is called Be Good, Be Brief, Be Gone. It will help you grow your business past 5, 6, and 7 figure. Go download the book today, growfast.cash. I say again, growfast.cash, and download the book for absolutely free.
Yeah. Good. Okay, cool. Interesting. Um, we touched on that earlier, but I'd like to go back to that. Many people are confused, like, when do I use Google? When do I use AI? And can I combine the two things? Blah, 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 all that kind of stuff, or
Yeah.
Bing for that matter. Um, what's your take on that?
I think for the most part, AI is just taking all the information from Google. It's just doing this massive research quicker. The tricky part is, again, it's only updated to a certain year and month. So if you need anything current, you're going to have to do the work yourself. But like if I'm looking up, so someone in my family had a medical thing, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, all right, let me research what that's about. And so I can get that kind of research super fast. And it becomes a joke because you have it on my phone now. And we were out someplace the other day and somebody was questioning something. And I'm like, well, let's see what ChatGPT says. And of course, it gave me an instant answer.
Right.
I could have Googled it, but this, again, you Google something, you might get 50 pages, and it doesn't mean that it's 100% accurate. So just because ChatGPT said it, he took it off the internet also. So it doesn't mean it's 100% accurate. It just saved me the legwork and the time it took me to read through every single one. It's, basically, here's a synopsis of what I found,
Right. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. And by the way, in terms of accuracy and stuff, I think Perplexity is really still the leading tool. There's several in the following it, but I think Perplexity is really like a great tool to rely on.
Yeah.
Not 100%, nothing is 100%.
Right.
I mean, it's the same with Google. When you
Yeah.
get search results, yes, you get your page one, but that doesn't mean that that's the best information.
Right.
Best information could be on page 2 or 3. It just means they did the best job with SEO.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, these are things normal people you don't think of.
No.
So many people like, Google said it. It doesn't mean it's true,
Yeah. Yeah, that's really interesting. Out of curiosity, you mentioned that you're working a lot with ChatGPT. Have you ever created a custom GPT for yourself?
I haven't. And the funny part is I told you, I get bombarded with emails. We can create this, just press a button, blah, blah, blah. I haven't done it. No reason why, just I don't know if I really needed to just yet, but I guess it would be something interesting to try,
Yeah.
But yeah, I haven't done it yet.
Okay, cool. Well, what's your biggest thing where you thought, oh man, if AI could do this thing in my business, hallelujah.
Yeah, God, let's see. Well, actually, it kind of does in a way. When I have a client or say a new potential client, and you have to put together a program on what you can do, or just even going back, I had another client who every single thing we were doing for them, it just wasn't enough. And, and I kept bouncing ideas off of this saying, well, what else could I possibly do? And it would come up with all these different ideas. Still wasn't enough. And, then I'm using all the different platforms. What do you think? What do you think? But I think it does help because it just takes, again, all the things that every other company like that is already doing. Did you try this? Did you try that? So it saves that. But I guess, and that's already helping me doing that, which is huge. I guess, I shouldn't even say they don't do, because some of them do, but like logos and, just trying to customize, like even social media, trying to customize, but in a little more professional way. Because some of the stuff that it comes is like kind of, looks like cartoonish, but,
right.
Really getting the message across, because some people are visual, some people like to read, some people like audio. I think if they could, customize like even social media photos or, things like that would be huge. If it gets to the point that it could do videos like this and kind of, package it all together, that would be awesome. Saves me the time of doing that. And I shouldn't even say anything, because who knows, in a month or two, it might be doing that anyway, because it's evolving super fast.
Yeah, I was thinking of something. I have to look it up. It's Veed. I just don't know if it's .com or .io or something, or AI. VEED. You might want to look it up.
It's funny as you're saying that, because
it's a video creator.
I've heard of this before.
Yeah. I haven't used it myself yet. I just saw somebody. I did a little trial, and it actually was pretty good. I was impressed. Okay.
I use a couple different ones. And like I said, I just put in a couple keywords, and it'll put together not a cartoonish, but, a pretty cool video. And I like that I just had to put in keywords, and it puts everything together, and you can pick the voice you want and all that good stuff. And again, it just saves me the trouble of, researching and blah, 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 or sitting in front of the camera doing it myself. So it is saving a lot of time. And the funny part is that's what gets attention. I can put a picture of me or video of me out here talking to everybody. It's like, yeah, heard her talk before, but now this got your attention, so it is cool.
Yeah. And obviously Runway is the big the big offering. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that we'll get something still in the next few months, because OpenAI is working on Sora. It's like, yeah.
It's just super fast. I mean,
it is.
And it's not just even ChatGPT. I get so many these other platforms, and I'm always like, I'll try everything once, and they just come out with so many different things. I mean, a lot of them I don't always have the time to research them all, or but it's just amazing. Every single day, I'm getting like 5 new ones.
Hmm.
I guess these are programmers, but I'm like, they just see people's pain points and what could they do to fix it. Now they're telling people, I can sell all these products, create you a whole website, create you a whole store, and you don't have to do it. And I'm just kind of like, wow, just by pushing a button. Whoever thought we'd see the day this happens? I mean,
Yeah, I mean, it's not far away. I would question the quality of some of those things, and I've
yeah,
seen some of them.
yeah,
Um, but it's definitely going that way.
yeah.
Yes, no question. I came across a paper the other day that it's science-based,
Okay,
but still, where they do basically a fully automated research
okay,
done by AI. So the AI is doing the research, doing the verification, doing the peer
wow,
review, doing the paper,
wow.
submitting the whole thing, starting over.
And probably like a split second.
Oh, in
It's
in like a
insane.
few minutes, the whole process in a few minutes, and
Wow.
it's they in that paper where they describe the whole thing, they're
Right.
saying yes, we're not 100% there yet, but we're very close. There's a few things where it's hallucinating here. There's a few things where it doesn't do the peer review properly. All those
Yeah.
different things.
Yeah.
Um, Give it a few more months, and it'll be done.
I know. Now we'll be back like our parents telling everybody, well, back in my day. I mean, but that's where we're going. It's just like a year ago, things were completely different. I mean,
Hmm.
and now look at it. I just even see ChatGPT for the past 8 months in 2024, how much
Yeah.
it's advanced. It's like, wow.
Well, what do you tell your clients about all that?
Uh, some of them just don't trust it. Like I know someone
Hmm.
because it even does trading now too. And some people, because they know it's not 100% accurate, they're a little hesitant. But I try to just tell them we don't use it solely. We don't give it commands and it does a job and we just pass it on. We're using it to help us. At the end of the
Hmm.
day, we still have to, my name is on it. So I still have to verify it, check it, but it just saved me a ton of time for me to do more important things for you.
Hmm.
So I think they understand that. I mean, I think as long as you're not, because some people are lazy, they'll just throw a couple commands, take it and send it. And they're like, oh, yeah, I want to get paid because I did all that work. You still have to do work. It's just going to help you, give you more time to do other things,
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think people, like I said, they're still a little nervous because it's not 100% accurate. But I think if they trust you enough to know that you're going to do it right, they're okay with it.
Yeah. Cool. Well, I'd like to close it up, but one last question is like, what are you looking forward to? Like, what is the one thing where you would like to try out this, haven't had the time yet, or you haven't found the tool yet? What's the one thing where you're like, that would be awesome to do that?
Good question. I mean, it's funny because now I guess even just like research and stuff,
Hmm.
because a lot of times, like say I have a client in the financial realm and I have to look up, portfolio managers or whatever the case may be. I have to physically do the research. I mean, there's some databases you can go through, whatnot, but I think like I tried even with a reporter. I had a client in, the ESG space. I'm like, okay, can you give me the top reporters who are writing about this? So I can then do the research and find who they are. But I want you to do the research so I can check out their articles. What are they writing about? Blah, blah, blah. But again, it wasn't 100% accurate.
Hmm.
Some of the stuff they gave me was from 10 years ago. This person's now moved on. So I think if it could actually do the research and give me that list so that again, I'm going to do the work communicating with this reporter or this manager, whatever the case may be. But if you could do the legwork, which is something I would actually either do myself or have to pay somebody else to do.
Hmm.
So if it can do that and be accurate about it or close to accurate about it, that would be awesome because that's a big part of what I do is just, in marketing IRPR, I'm representing a client and I want to put them in front of the investment community, the media, whatever the case may be. It's a lot of legwork figuring out who these people are. If that could save me a lot of time, that would be awesome. But again, that might be there in 2-3 months. Who knows?
Well, or it's there already. I was just
Yeah.
going to say, I think we need to talk more.
See?
Okay. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Very interesting.
Yeah, I love
And
talking about this stuff.
oh, I love it. I could talk forever. But, really the question is what people who are listening to this take away from that. So let us know in the comments. What were you missing here? What do you want to add? All that good stuff. And we'll take that into the next interview.
Awesome.
Thank you very much, Patricia.
Thank
Have
you.
a wonderful day.
You too. Bye.
Okay. Bye.
Hey, we all want to scale our business. Hey, I have the answer for you today to help you do that. If you're looking to scale from 5, 6, even 7 figures and beyond, book called Be Good, Be Brief, Be Gone. I'm going to give it to you for free. All you have to do is type in growfast.cash. I say again, growfast.cash, and you can download the book for absolutely free. I hope the book helps you this year. Take your business to the next level. Again, go grab the book, growfast.cash. I say again, growfast.cash. I wish you the best and grow, scale, and win.
Thanks for listening to Raising the Bar podcast with Stefan Heinz. Please leave your feedback and visit strategicadvisorboard.com to get the latest and greatest best business advice on the planet. Follow us on social media for updates, and we'll see you on the next episode.
There it is. Magnum. Holy moly.
Yeah, baby! That's what I've been waiting for!
Dear God.